Hello, welcome back to another video of What's Up Doc. Today's story is about one of the most common questions that I get from patients regarding if I have kids. I don't have children. I have 4 cats. And some of you that I've known you through the years would ask me, why, and you can still have kids. Well, I'm 52 and I had a hysterectomy, so I can't have kids, not without a miracle. But that said, I definitely considered adopting and consider being a foster parent, so we'll see how that goes. Now, my Hudson office is open, so Greenwood Dental the third has been launched, so my life is very, very busy right now, but maybe, you never know. I just want to share something with you guys because I had a experience with my first pregnancy and the only pregnancy that I had, and it was sad and yes, dramatic and traumatic. But I have shared so many different experiences with a lot of you, or many of you, that have been trying to get pregnant without success, or they had a similar story like the one I had. Just to make this short story, how I went through such an experience losing my babies. They were actually twins. And I was about 2000, in April 2000, I think I got pregnant for the first time. Me and my husband started thinking about starting a family. And everything was fine until I started to, spotting, which is okay because 50 to 60% of the new or first pregnancies, they end up with miscarriages. So I kept that in mind. My doctor tried to give me an option if you want to just let it go or you want to try to keep it. And the option was to take progesterone, which is a hormone that helps your uterus to thicken a little bit and help the fetus implant into the wall of the uterus. So I took that for a while, hoping that to stabilize things and keep the fetus intact. My first ultrasound was fine, but my husband pointed out to the technician and said that, are you sure there's only one heartbeat? I saw 2 heartbeats because we always joked around. We had twin on both sides of the family, and we were wondering if we end up with twins will be great. Not great for me, but great that we get 2 and then maybe we'll be done. But the technician confirmed that it was only 1 heartbeat. So I stayed on progesterone, and then I went to my appointment, which is about like the 12 weeks, to listen to the heartbeat. And my OBG, my doctor, said that, I'm not hearing what I'm supposed to hear. It's very, very faint. And I'm gonna send you to a high-risk pregnancy clinic to see a specialist radiologist and also a surgeon. So we went there, we got the pictures done, ultrasound done, then the surgeon came in, and she said, she looked at me, I said, you know what, just tell me exactly what's going on. She goes, this is what I'm seeing. I see conjoined twin with heart failure and pulmonary edema and spinal bifida. And I said, all right, what's the high risk for it to go through a full development, or I actually can give birth? And she said, well, this pregnancy is going to terminate itself, but when it terminates itself, we won't be able just to clean you out. You're going to have major surgery. So you're going to put yourself at risk with that surgery because you will have a lot of complications. So I would recommend terminating or aborting. And I said, okay, so how much time do I have? And she said, well, you have 24 hours due to the laws and the legality of it, obviously. And they give me forms to take home and read and review and make sure that I made a conscious decision to terminate. So I did, and I signed the paperwork, and we went the next morning to a Philadelphia hospital, and her partner was there, the surgeon that did the DNC, they call it, which basically an ablation of the whole uterus. Come to find out that when I was under, the surgeon had a portable ultrasound, and he went and he actually had to take more images to confirm that it is a case before they go ahead and terminate. The surgery was successful, and it just, you don't think about the loss when you just like what just happened over 24 hours. You went from pregnant to not being pregnant. And it was not only 1 fetus, but there were 2 fetuses in there. So we drove home with silence, of course, and a little bit of grief, very, very emotional, very, very tired. And my husband looked at me and he said, I told you there were two in there. And I said, I know, but you know, without scientific imaging or data, I could have, you know, nobody would have known, you know. And we talked about it, and we said that we might try to have more, you know, kids. And I had to go for my follow-up with my doctor, and he was in tears. He apologized so much. He just felt so bad. And I was the one comforting him. And I said, don't worry about it. You know, I'm only 31-year-old. And because it hasn't sunk in, I wasn't trying to be practical, be a hero, be brave about it, but the emotion, I don't think they sunk in until I think about a year or two later, and I'll find myself just crying about it. And he said, I'll help you as much as I can to get pregnant again. You're very young. This is the best time, you know, the highest fertility rate. And I said, you know, don't worry about it. We have plenty of time, but I just want to make sure I'm okay and my body is okay and it's going to heal, you know, properly. So, and then we moved to Maine, and we got busy with life, and I guess we didn't really think about having, you know, children. Me and my husband, we talked about it a lot in our 30s and even late 30s, and we just, you know, our life was given to us in the style that we like. So it's never, we came to the, you know, to embrace the fact that it was never meant to be. And if we had a plan up there to give us children, we would have had kids. So I'm sharing this, I know it's personal, but I'm sharing this story because I wanted to send that out there for the many of you that shared your stories and your grief with me and your challenges with me, and we cried together and we hugged together. But I have satisfied the yearning of having children when you guys share your kids with me, and when you guys share your pregnancies with me, when I go through the whole process with you and seeing the babies and seeing them growing up, and they start talking to me and they start saying my name. I think that was the trade-off. I was put on earth to enjoy others' children and not my own. And I came to the point or the stage that I'm okay with that. I'm embracing it, I'm enjoying it, I'm welcoming it. And they are the joy of my life. And I just want to thank you guys for sharing and caring and curious about why somebody like me that has so much passion for children. And I do have a very, very special connection with children since I was a child when I started babysitting, did not have kids. So that's my story, and I hope that inspires some of you that's going through the same process, or they're trying to start a family and you haven't been successful. It happens to the best of us, and life, you know, moves on. And if that is not meant to be, there are other avenues that you can satisfy your maternal or paternal needs or urges by being a foster parent or adopting. Especially some of you that's been going through a lot of the, you know, the injections and the hormone therapy to try to get pregnant. It is a disappointment. And at the end of the day, sometimes I think, okay, I was giving this body, I was giving a womb that was never used. Like you do feel sometimes your body had no purpose, or did not satisfy the purpose that we were made for. But I like to think of the positives and how life trades purposes. You know, it will take a certain purpose away from you and will trade you with something else. And that happened to me through my career, and I'm very happy with that, and I'm very satisfied, and I draw a lot of joy out of it. So I hope you guys enjoy this. Thank you for listening, and I hope all is well, and I'll catch you on the next video.